Recovering Queen, the Queen fan podcast where we talk about and play the songs we love. With Jay, Matt, and Ian.
Welcome to Recovering Queen, the Queen podcast where we take a famous or not so famous Queen song, do a cover version of the Queen song, and then talk about what we've learned about the methods and the madness of the greatest band there has ever been, Queen. My name's Ian, and with me, as ever, are my co-hosts and fellow Queen fans, Jay and Matt. Good evening, gents.
Oh, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. And which track are we going to talk about the highs and lows of tonight?
We're going to talk about the lows of My Baby Does Me.
Well, hang on. we haven't exploded. We haven't explored. We haven't dissected. Do we know that yet?
Did I miss out the highs? Sorry, yes.
Yeah, we've got to do that before deciding it's not very good. So, taken from The Miracle, second to last track on the album, My Baby Does Me. What do we think about it, chaps?
Well, the only thing I know about this track is that they changed actually, it's not the only thing I know about it, but the first thing I'd like to say about it is they changed the lyric. It used to be My Baby Loves Me. Oh. I wasn't quite sure by changing it what that actually added. And I was wondering if either of you two could illuminate me on your ideas or thoughts on that.
It's such a pedestrian title, isn't it? My Baby Loves Me.
Can I just tell you, Matt, you were just sighing when you said that then.
Yeah. I mean, My Baby Does Me, at least it's like, it does add a kind of dangerous element to it, at least, doesn't it? It kind of adds a little bit of raucousness that's not, My Baby Loves Me. It's like, come on.
Is it because that it makes it a little bit more vague? Because I wasn't quite sure, and even when I listened to it, it's like sometimes his baby sometimes seems to really like him and is really good for him, but then other times his baby's not quite so good to him or for him. Is it to keep it vague?
I think you've just completely summarised the entire lyrical content of the song there, Jay. And I think it is, yeah. Does me could mean a number of things. There's a little bit of kind of innuendo there, isn't there? You know, that she kind of does something to him or some things to him, and it could be a physical thing. It could be an emotional thing, possibly in this case. And yeah, a lot stronger lyric than My Baby Loves Me.
Yeah, I mean, is this, by the way, is this a Deacon Mercury or just a Deacon?
It's a Deacon Mercury, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's got Deacon Mercury stamped all over, hasn't it? I mean, to be honest, could this be Cool Cat Part 2 or Son of Cool Cat or Cool Cat Revenge, son of... no, I got a bit carried away there. It's certainly in the same hot, spacey mould, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost a carbon copy of it, isn't it? With just slightly more modern electronics used.
Don't you think it's really curious that Queen kept pushing into that direction despite the fact that the commercial failure of it all? I mean, it is John Deacon, isn't it? I mean, as much as I love John Deacon, it does seem that he kept wanting to push the band in a direction that was not commercial.
Or wanted by half the band, at least.
Love to know what Roger and Brian actually think about this track.
Yeah, I've got a suspicion.
Yeah. Well, presumably Roger's not on it.
No.
I would think. It does sound like Brian doing the lead guitar. Presumably it's John on the keyboards, and it sounds like played bass guitar to me rather than synthy bass, which is quite nice.
I mean, that guitar sound, I don't like the production on this track, if I'm honest, and the guitar sound, it reminds me, Matt, you used to have something like a Zoom rack going back a bit. It kind of reminds me a little bit like that, a really synthesized, almost Santana style.
Well, it is, isn't it? It's like a lot of... It may be a little bit early for that because, my Zoom rack was pretty much Brian May's guitar sound on the next album, Innuendo, particularly on Headlong. But it's like, it's very squeezed, isn't it? It's like overly processed, overly compressed.
Really processed, yeah. It's almost like Joe Satriani surfing with the alien as though he's going to suddenly go off, and it's too processed. And for this track, I really don't like it.
No, and it's quite weird because a lot of guitarists now are sort of going back to that Joe Satriani sound. So if I think a lot of modern guitarists quite like that sound, but I don't think Brian May was ever a particularly great exponent of it. Weirdly. But then I think John Deacon's got a lot to say on that as well. I think John Deacon always wanted to sort of go, we can't just keep using this massive Brian May sound. Let's just, let's rein it in a little bit for these other types of tracks.
Yeah.
But he's playing it on the Red Special again, though, isn't he? Which is, again, I would have thought a Strat or something would have been more appropriate. I mean, I don't know what the right guitar would have been, but it certainly doesn't sound right for this track for me anyway.
Yeah, there's something weird going on with the drums as well, and I think it's actually the producer Dave Richards who programmed it on a Lindrum, and it's got some weird kind of almost phasing effect as well, isn't it? It's like it's as if there's two drum machines going on at the same time somehow. I don't quite understand.
It's not a drummer drum programming it. That's for sure.
No,
it's a producer or somebody that writes beats or something doing it.
Yeah, and what's actually I think what dates it a lot is that there's so many EDM style producers now that do so many exciting production like drum loops, and it's so advanced now from that era where drum machines had only just started getting going and all that electronic music production had just started, and it really sounds really bare and open, doesn't it? And then you listen to like pop tracks today and how layered and how beautiful they're done, and it's like it doesn't stand up, does it?
I imagine with a bit of research, we'd probably find contemporary drum machine tracks that sound a whole lot better and better programmed than My Baby Does Me, I imagine.
Like, I reckon you could chuck a dart at your Spotify playlist and you would find one. And
find something from that year that was programmed a bit more elegantly. But in its defence, the track.
Wow,
I mean,
we're going to have some defence here.
Yeah, it does. It does colour the palette of the Miracle. To give some. I always find the Miracle, it's quite intense. Certainly, the production's quite full on and in your face. And we've talked about the complexity of some of the tracks before. And what's before it? Is it Scandal before it, or I Want It All? I think it's Scandal, then that, and then Was It All Worth It? I think it off the top of my head. I think the track listing goes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And you think it's like a calm before the storm. So it does offer almost a little bit of breathing space, of very, very easy listening. The sounds are nice and smooth, mellow. I mean, Freddie's does a pretty intense vocal take on it, but the instrumentation is so easy on the ear, and the song is so unchallenging in any respect. I mean, the lyrics barely change for the whole thing. Then they repeat. And the song sounds unfinished, to be honest, but it doesn't place any demands on the listener. Whereas a lot of the Miracle really, really does. It's quite an intense listen at times, particularly, the big tracks in inverted commas. So if they were thinking, and maybe that was John's take on it and the argument he put forward, it's like, we can't have another rocker after Scandal and I Want It All and Breakthrough and even Party and Khashoggi Ship. They do need that light and shade on the album, and this track to a certain extent does give that.
Yeah, but Rain Must Fall is on there as well, though, isn't it? It's another.
It is, sadly.
I mean, I have read somewhere where they said yes, we wanted to really strip back track and like you say, give it a bit of space in there because there's a lot going on. But for me, there's still a lot of production in this track, so it doesn't quite have that palate cleanser that you would hope for, because it's still a bit thick and gooey. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, to me, it sounds unfinished, and it goes on a bit as well. It's not,
and it's only about a minute and a half long.
Is it?
I don't know. Does that make sense in any way?
No.
I mean, yeah, it's an odd one, isn't it? I don't really get it. It's like I don't understand how someone like Roger Taylor can go, Oh yeah, we've got a new Queen album. I'm not even going to have it a say at all about the drum beat that you stick on that track. Yeah, that'll do. I think it's like that is a kind of, it's almost like a dereliction of duty.
Yeah, I'm happy for that to represent or to be a representative of my body of work.
Yeah, it's like I'm fine for people to think that was me.
Yeah. Because guaranteed there will be people that listen to it. Oh yeah, I love Roger's drumming on My Baby Does Me. It's my favourite bit of Roger's drumming. Guaranteed there will be somebody out there. Do write in, listener. If that's you, do let us know if My Baby Does Me is your favourite bit of Roger Taylor drumming.
I mean, I don't think we're going to get many complaints actually about, well, we'll see, about where this ends up getting scored. Because I don't think it's a fan favourite, is it? You don't really hear.
I couldn't imagine so. But I do like the bit where it suddenly changes key. Is it changes to a major key in the middle, and it does a little bit like, you know, at the end of the miracle track itself, when it sort of comes out and resolves into this major sort of key. It does a little bit of that in the middle, and I think, oh, that's interesting. And then that's it. Then it just goes back to this sort of, you know, easy listening vibe.
Well, the way it goes back to it as well, it's so inelegantly written. I mean, it's kind of, it's like the House of the Rising Sun chords for the verse, and then it does this major thing, and then he scrambles the words. Sometimes she tells me that she loves me, and then some other time she don't love me, and then it's da 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 da, and it's like, oh my God. Please work harder on the song, you know, and then it's kind of repeat to fade. Yeah. It's
do you know what this reminds me of? It really reminds me of, like, you know, when we were sort of, you know, academic teenagers, like really ripping apart the back catalogue. It's just got that sort of vibe to it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
which brings me on to your masterpiece, Ian.
Music student types. Yeah.
Well, I think I've been I just finished watching Peaky Blinders in the heart of lockdown, I think, on repeat. So I was a bit of a Nick Cave kind of thing going on. And I thought, well, you know, let's see. And yeah, managed to do a version of it. Didn't think it was going to be possible, but
it's amazing how much you can add to a song just by applying another song's atmosphere to it. Isn't it? Like, as in, like you said, you're sort of applying Nick Cave's atmosphere to a song that doesn't deserve that atmosphere, but it does actually
improve it. Yeah, it definitely improves it. I mean, it's well, it does, doesn't it? It does.
It does. I mean, the funny thing is, it actually does improve it, and it's like. It's so hard, isn't it? Because Queen they are the best band ever. But I do find it hard to countenance that people can't see that there was, at times in the 80s and early 90s, a massive drop in quality. And it's like, you can't let them off the hook really for it, can you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I let them off the hook because, you know, that's all part. It's like family, isn't it? You know, you can't be. It's the whole package, the vulnerability of the superhero. You know, you've got to have some of those things so that, you know, when Freddie is doing Melancholy Blues or whatever, you know what's the top of the, you know, what it is, because you've got My Baby Does Me in the arsenal.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if there's anyone out there that really, really likes it. You know, other than the fact that, Freddie's got a great voice on it. But can anyone really defend it to any strong degree whilst comparing it to the highs of what Queen were doing even at the time?
Yeah. Does Queen and Adam Lambert have a go at it?
I've been
not
very
that
surprised.
I'm aware of. No, I didn't.
And did Paul Rodgers ever have a go? It'd be so. Oh my God! Imagine if Paul Rodgers had done it. How bad it would be.
You know, but there are some good bits about it, as you say. It's
here it is. Oh no, we haven't.
Freddie's vocal is, you know, he always puts in a performance. I never not like listening to Freddie's voice. So there's that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really grasping at straws.
yeah, I mean, I just remember thinking. With My Baby Does of
Me.
why don't Queen do more of the stuff that I like them doing instead of more of this stuff? And that was always all the way from It's a Kind of Magic onwards. They kept going back to these, Lindrum inspired Freddie and John, not even quite disco tracks. I think it's because it's not even in a genre, is it? It's like, and I think that upsets me.
It's in between, isn't it? Lots of different genres.
It's like, well, we're just doing a song. It sounds a bit like this. It sounds a bit like that. Yeah, and we'll change the lyric just to make it slightly less bland.
Yeah, it's it's the Black Eyed Peas effect, isn't it?
But yeah, I mean, to be saying that, it's a better song than say Watermelon Sugar or whatever it is by Harry Styles, which if you listen to it, it's genuinely the worst song ever written. And it's like, so I guess it's fine, isn't it?
Because here first, listeners.
Yeah, I mean, go and have a listen to Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles and tell me it's not the worst chorus ever, and that definitely they've chosen the wrong chords in the verse. I mean, it's like, yet it's a worldwide smash. So I don't know anything anymore. All I'm trying to say is I just don't know anymore.
I just don't know anymore. Everything used to make sense.
But the counter argument, though, is that, I will always forgive them. And even though I'm not going to score this highly, I will always forgive them, because that's what makes Queen and Freddie great, is when they go off and they try something else. And I know what you're saying is they kind of already tried this. But this is even more sickly. This is even more Muzak-y. This is even more lift. It's like
It's like I know it didn't work last time. So why don't we go lean on it even more?
We just weren't committed.
Yeah, it's a bit like jumping off the building, convinced that you're going to fly.
So
yeah, let's do even less drum programming. Let's develop the song even less. Let's have fewer lyrics. Surely that's the key. Then we'll have cracked it. Yeah. Let's see. But then, I mean, they do follow this track with "Was It All Worth It?" and then everything is right with the world again.
Yeah. And it was all worth it. It was worth listening to this track to get to "Was It All Worth It?"
Absolutely. And if it was that taking a breath in between. Scandal and Was It All Worth It, then yes, it probably was all worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's no more ridiculous than Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon and all those other kind of little ditties that appear all the way through Queen albums that we love.
No, I can't agree with that. I love those little ditties are amazing. They're fantastic. Imaginative, creative, musical, brilliant. Everyone's playing instruments. Remember those? No, sorry.
Yeah, but isn't that just
not coming in?
Isn't that just because we're stuck in the 70s? Isn't it just we're old men?
Possibly,
isn't it just we're boomers? We're all Rick Beato? Oh God, I just don't know. But
could be true.
I don't think we are. I don't think that this is a popular track out there.
No, but what I want to find out is, Ian, when you did the track, I mean, I really like your version, and I actually do like the. It makes me like the track. Was that your take on it after doing it? Is there a song in here? That
I don't think there's a full song. That's the problem with it. It's got the potential. I mean, it is House of the Rising Sun chords essentially, very, very, very similar. And then it does go into that slightly interesting major chord kind of progression. But then, as I said before, to return to the main hook, it's just not an elegant way of doing it. So there's the beginnings of a demo here.
Yeah.
So even though kind of maybe slightly like it more with a strummed guitar, but that's obviously my personal taste, affecting what I think. I really don't think there's been enough work on a songwriting level to justify it being a verse chorus type song, and it's not electronic and dancey enough to be kind of a disco classic song or like an instrumental dance track. It's just there's just not enough work being put into it somehow. We said it with Rain Must Fall, which another track that I don't particularly like on that album, but they really went to town on that, and they absolutely wrote it, and Brian must have spent weeks and weeks on the solos, and they really did a proper job. So hats off to them on that. I don't particularly like it, but on this one, I mean, there's just not enough song.
I think there will be people that actually really like what Brian's done on this track, because it's quite... for him, he feels like he's coming up with this on the spur of the moment. It feels like he's in the zone. It's not as constructed as most of Brian's solos, or it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels a little bit more nebulous and.
Well, I feel that whole track's like that, isn't it? It's like you've got the groove, then John's just laying down this really pretty laid back bass, very simple. Freddie's kind of jamming with it. The vocal harmonies kind of jam with it. Brian jams with it. And it, to be fair, it's one of those very few Queen tracks where you feel as though it's not a structured, highly choreographed track. And so you've got, and I guess, and you do end up, being happy at the end of it.
When it finishes.
You know what I mean? But that's as much as I can say positive. See, I tried to finish on a positive.
Yeah, absolutely. So, one thing to do, gentlemen, is
the
scores on the doors for My Baby Does Me off of the Miracle album. Jay, what would you like to give?
For the little major key change, I'm going to give it a 3.
A 3?
I'm going to give it, it's a very strong 3. It's at the top end of a 3, I think, though, for me.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Matthew, what would you care to award My Baby Does Me?
Well, remember, please don't hate me, everyone, because this is genuinely against everything in the Queen catalogue. Got to be either a 0 or a 1. But
I don't think we have zeros, do we?
Are we not allowed? Okay. Well, I'm going to give it a 1 then. It's a 1. It's got to be at the very bottom end of the Queen catalogue. I can't see how it couldn't be.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm giving a solid 1. It's absolutely nailed 1. It's at the very bottom.
It's at the nadir.
Well, actually, you've just hit on a very important point there, Matt, about the scoring. You don't have to have a 1, do you? As in, so the scoring is between 1 and 10. There doesn't have to be a 1 so that you can have a 10, does there?
Well, but you can't have everything as 5.
No, but you could have it. You could have it as a 2 if you wanted to.
It's at the nadir. It's a 1, Jay. That's that.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it past Man on the Prowl. Okay.
It's definitely not as good as Man on the Prowl.
No.
Can we agree with that? It's not as good as Man on the Prowl.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Well, that definitely justifies
There
the
we
1.
go.
There we go. Job done. So here is Ian's version of My Baby Does Me.
My baby does me good. My baby does. My baby does me. My baby does me good. My lady understands me right. She understands. She understands me. She understands me right. My baby cares. She really cares. She knows what's really right for me. Does me good, then she hurts me so. She winds me up and lets me go, turns me on and tells me no. My baby loves me, my baby loves me, my baby loves me. One day she tells me that she cares, another day she don't love me.